What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shinkxmi coming at y'all with a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm not going to edit this video too much, and if I do, it'll be if I go on a rambling tangent about something. But today we're just going to be talking about what games I'm excited for in 2024 and beyond. This video shouldn't be too long, but it's just going to be a video of me yapping, honestly. Hell, you might even hear me drinking or eating something in the background. I made a Slurpee. It's really good. You know, I've done videos like this before, mainly being the Monster Hunter video and video way back when I started making YouTube, which was the Overwatch video, which are essentially what I like to call talking head videos, quote unquote. You know, you guys can't see my face, but it's just me talking about something that I'm passionate about or trying to share something with you guys. So if you do enjoy this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, turn on bell notifications so you know when I'm dropping, so you never miss a beat. And without further ado, play my intro.
Are you ready?
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor.
So the first game I want to talk about here is Dragon's Dogma 2. Crazy, right? Years of nothing from this game. And what, this year, Capcom finally decides to say something, man. It is kind of crazy. Now, just to make this clear, I did not play the first Dragon's Dogma. Didn't play that. Didn't play the DLC. Didn't so much as breathe on that game. Because at the time, I just didn't really have the means to do so. Like, go out and get it myself. But that's neither here nor there. It looks really good. It looks really good, honestly. From the, I believe it was Tokyo Game Show. The footage that they showed, I'll have it rolling in the background, and I'll put a little credit at the top or the bottom saying where I got the video footage from. But the Tokyo Game Show deep dive was pretty fun, pretty interesting. I will say, maybe it's me, because I've noticed this with Final Fantasy as well and a few other games, that like the worlds are kind of not bland in a sense, but kind of like muted. I guess that's the better word, muted. Like the colors are a bit flatter than I would like, but I mean, that's just a minor nitpick. I'm sure this game is going to be fucking beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous, just like Final Fantasy. But yeah, that's just a minor thing. But from the systems that they showed, you know, that pawn system seems pretty interesting. I've got a friend, J Gaming on YouTube. I'll put his handle in the description and up on the screen. He loves Dragon's Dogma. He sunk hours upon hours into that game. I think he even streamed it not too long ago on his channel. And, you know, it seems like a really fun game. The combat is vaguely reminiscent of Monster Hunter. And, you know, I love Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter. I'm a fan of consistency, and Monster Hunter is probably the most consistent game series I've ever played in my life. But it's vaguely reminiscent of Monster Hunter, maybe like one attack here or there, but more so in my opinion kind of like the movement. And it's really interesting to me because I'd like to see that kind of combat in this kind of open world scenario, especially considering Monster Hunter is probably not coming out until 2025 itself, which actually leads me into my next point, that I'm pretty sure this game is coming out early 2024. Like, I haven't seen any, you know, leaked information about its release date or anything like that. But I believe the quote Capcom used not too long ago was that a game is releasing in the first quarter of 2024 that they expect to sell millions of units. I'm paraphrasing a lot here, but I believe that was the quote. And well, you do the math. Street Fighter's already out. And people love Street Fighter, but Street Fighter's already out. You could say Resident Evil, but Capcom hasn't said anything about Resident Evil, and I doubt they will for the rest of the year. Monster Hunter, same thing. They said something about it. TGS kind of. They said, "Hey, we're in the background cooking. Be patient," you know, because I believe the anniversary is coming up next year as well. But Monster Hunter is out. What's the other game? What's it called? Shoot, I can't remember the name. The name is blanking on me right now. No, Devil May Cry. That's what it is. Sorry, everybody. Brain fart. But Devil May Cry, nothing on that. Darkstalkers maybe, but Capcom hasn't said anything. The only game that we've had a clear, concise trailer for and an idea of where the game is along in development is Dragon's Dogma. So to me, if common sense wise would point me to believe that this game is probably dropping in March, I want to say. Maybe March, but early 2024. And I couldn't imagine Capcom surprise dropping a random game that just completely comes out of nowhere to take up that slot. I couldn't imagine it. The way Capcom's trying to do things nowadays, especially with how it was a couple years ago during the Street Fighter V era, that I'm pretty sure they want each game that they drop to have as much life and coverage on its own as it can. Capcom's track record kind of flows like that, to where they have their highs for a good long time, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then they dip for just as long, and then they jump back up, highs, and right now we're in one of those Capcom highs where we're just getting every and anything that we could want from Capcom, and it's been like that since around Devil May Cry and Street Fighter V DLCs dropping. They were way more transparent with us about things coming, and just overall more open. And I think that this is the next step in that entire process of getting back in everyone's good graces. So I'm excited for this game. It looks fun. The world looks amazing and expansive. I can already see myself sinking hundreds of hours into this, probably, especially if I'm on Discord with my boy Jay Gaming and we're just playing. I don't know how the pawn system works specifically, but he told me that you could create a pawn that does a very specific action repeatedly, and you can send that out and your friends can use those pawns and things like that. So I'm curious to see how that system develops in a new game, especially since Capcom has had a lot of time to work on this and possibly put out a much better project had they would years ago when they released Dragon Dogma's DLC. So I'm curious to see how this game fares when it drops. I'm excited to play it, and honestly, I hope you guys are too. At the end of the day, games are great. This entire year for games has been amazing. And do I think 2024 is going to compete? Possibly. But I have my doubts. But even if it can't compete, it's still a great time for gaming. Still a great time for gaming. And now we get to talk about the GOAT. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hey, game of the year again? Was Final Fantasy VII game of the year? I don't think it was game of the year. It should have been. If it wasn't, it should have been. It definitely should have fucking been. Yeah, it should have been game of the year. But regardless, I digress. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. When Final Fantasy gets talked about by Nomura and the rest of the team, we eat, we consume. He puts out a fresh plate of food. He puts out an entire spread from the appetizers to dessert. And he says, "Here, eat, my children, eat." And we all gather around the table and we consume the bread that's given to us by Nomura. And once again, he's here. He's cooked for us. He's brought us an amazing trailer. He's brought us the second installment to possibly the greatest game franchise of all time. And we get to indulge in it in just a couple months. This game drops in February, I think it is. February. Now, as you can see, my excitement is a little bit higher than it was for Dragon's Dogma 2. And trust me, I love Capcom. I love how Dragon's Dogma looks. I love Monster Hunter. I love Street Fighter. I love everything they put out most of the time. When it's good, that makes sense. Final Fantasy Remake is something different. It's generational. We ain't getting another remake that's like this. We probably never getting one like this ever again. And we're here celebrating, like I said, one of the greatest, if not the greatest franchise ever. Nomura gave us a bunch of information. For example, this game is going to lead into the Final Fantasy movie. What was it called? Advent Children. We're going to get so much lore into this in the third game, bro. We're going to get so much lore. The open world looks beautiful. Same issue with the colors as I had with Dragon's Dogma. But the rest of the game looks so good. The colors in the rest of the game look so good. And all the systems from the last game are going to be greatly improved. We already saw it with the Yuffie DLC. We already saw it. Integrate, that shit was top tier, top notch, amazing. And we're getting the two boys fighting side. We're getting the two boys fighting side by side again. Sephiroth and Cloud. We haven't gotten that since the beginning, since this is the first installment of the game, way back in the 2000s, the 90s, one of the two. Damn, bro, I have such a love for Final Fantasy as a whole, but specifically Final Fantasy 7, as everyone has. Now, my first experience with this game wasn't like the OGs. So, I'm going to put that out there. I'm not an OG Final Fantasy player. I didn't play it when it came out. One, I was too young. And two, I would have been too dumb to understand. But I did start with Crisis Core. And as soon as I played Crisis Core, I went back and played all that old shit. All that good shit. So I was caught up. And I watched Advent Children. Advent Children's kind of meh. They're just Cerberus' ass. We all have our opinions. They can differ. Those are mine. But goddamn, man. Just to see one of these kinds of games come up over the last couple years, essentially being shifted in development all the time, because Final Fantasy dev cycles are insane, bro. Sometimes you don't even think a Final Fantasy game is going to come out, or if it does, it's going to be a completely different game by the time it does. Look at Final Fantasy 15. But man, Rebirth. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I cannot wait to play Zack, the true hero of Final Fantasy. I don't care what anybody says. Zack stocks up, Cloud stocks down. In Zack we trust. The GOAT. The real Final Fantasy 7 pro tag. I don't care. It's not Sephiroth. It's not Cloud. It's not the rest of them. It's Zack. I don't care if anybody wants to tell me this isn't Zack's story. That's the GOAT. But man, bro, this is a once in a lifetime kind of game series, bro. Once in a lifetime. And to see that it's getting so much love and care and respect from Final Fantasy, from Square Enix, the team that makes it, from the fans and everything, bro. It's just so good. Like, I don't think how you can say anything bad about this game. I don't think how you can say anything bad about the first game, except those PNG backgrounds. That was pretty bad. But outside of that, bro, it's beautiful. Now, I don't have a PS5, broke boy, but I will have a PS5, and I will be playing this. I'll be playing Spider-Man as well. I'm going to be playing this. And it's not going on the channel. I'm sorry. I got to experience this by myself. I love y'all, all my viewers, everybody that supports me. But some things, bro, you just got to keep to yourself. I got to keep this to my heart. It's too much of a thing to set up and stream this and to wait for the next time I get to play. If I stream 4, 5, 6 hours and then have to put it down and then play it again, bro, I'm going all in. I might take off work for this shit. I'm ready, bro. I'm here. I need this game. I need this game in me. I can feel Nomura speaking into my brain, talking about how good this game is going to be, bro. I can feel Nomura inside me. All right, everybody. So the next game I want to go ahead and highlight is called Holstin. Holstin? I'm going to say it's Holstin. That sounds better in my head. Holstin is, I don't even know how to describe it. I believe it's pixel art. Is that what you call it? Pixel art? It's a indie pixel art game that is a mystery game that looks like it's a cross between Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and The Evil Within. Now, I played a little bit of The Evil Within, but I'll be locked in on Silent Hill, bro. Be locked in on RE2. Maybe RE4 will finish on the channel. Maybe eventually. But tangent aside, Holstin looks amazing, bro. Like, honestly, it looks like one of the potential game of the year, bro. And Holstin has this very unique quality to where when you aim down your sights, it goes from this 2D kind of top-down looking game, in a sense, I don't really know how to describe it, to a third-person shooter or an over-the-shoulder shooter, kind of. right? And what's cool about that is that from the gameplay that I've seen, the gameplay on YouTube and stuff like that, it doesn't look like the game is slow. It doesn't look like these monsters that you're fighting, these humans that are affected by this goo or whatever it is. It doesn't seem like all of them are slow. Some of these motherfuckers run, bro. Some of these motherfuckers are relentless. And it's good to see that you have like a plethora of guns. I thought that was an AK maybe. It was an automatic gun. You got a shotgun. I think there was a pistol in there. You got a kick. You pick up a knife. You can fight them off if they grab you. So like, there's a lot of elements in there that are from these games, like RE and Silent Hill, to where you're just this guy, and your whole job is to go up in there, solve whatever's going on, and kick some ass, bro. And frankly, I love that. And it's great to see something like this pop up on the scene, because I don't even know if we've ever had any kind of game similar to this. Um, so the indie scene is amazing for this right now, bro. The indie scene is always pushing the envelope for what's possible in gaming, in storytelling, and everything of that nature. And it's really cool to see stuff like this really get highlighted on, such a wide level, because some of these trailers showed up on PlayStation, on their PlayStation's channel. So to get your game shown off like this is frankly amazing. And I'm just happy that the indie scene can push like this without having any kind of constraints other than maybe financial. Because when the indie scene is allowed to thrive, when the indie scene is allowed to do what they really want to do, we get shit like Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I have my gripes about the ending of Baldur's Gate 3, but Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the top game of the year. It's probably winning. There's very few games that can challenge it, and the ones that are challenging it are still probably not winning, bro. So it's great to see the indie scene putting out stuff like this. And I don't know if you guys have seen my message on my account saying that I was going to be gone for a little bit. So I don't have too much time to talk about everything I want to in this video. So at the end of this video, I'll throw in some honorable mentions, maybe some gameplay footage if I can find some, but honorable mentions of some games. I'll link the games down into the description. All of the games that I've seen here, especially the indie ones, I'll link them down in the description, the trailers, everything like that, so you guys can check them out and look for yourselves. But yeah, bro, what are you guys excited for in 2014? I'm excited for everything, bro. I'm excited for games all the time. I'm getting old. I'm getting up there. I'm in my mid-20s, but damn, bro, this has been my hobby since I was a kid, and it's great to see that as I get older, the hobby that I love so much just continues to grow and get stronger. As I mentioned earlier, I was gonna go ahead and do some honorable mentions for you guys. I'm gonna throw out a couple here and there, bro. Firstly, I want to talk about Silent Hill 2 remake. Oh my gosh. The greatest Silent Hill game getting a remake. I love that for me. I love that for us. I love that for us. Cause it's going on the channel. And that shit finna be popping. I love Silent Hill. I love Silent Hill. It's one of the first scary games I really ever got into, bro. One of the first ones. And it was not of my own choice. It was not of my own choice. But I grew to love it. Next game I want to talk about is a game called Tenebrous Somnia. I think that's how you say it. Tenebrous Somnia. This is a unique game in the sense of that, like, it's a retro style horror game, but all the cutscenes are live action, bro. Like, you know how crazy that sounds? All the cutscenes are live action, man. And what's crazy? Back in the day, a lot of games used to have live action phases and scenes. Hell, the whole games would end up being live action in some cases. But to see something like this basically making a kind of pseudo return by a small studio who also is getting a lot of coverage and highlight, and it just looks good. It looks good. It looks like some real scares. It looks pretty. The game has a lot of nice, vibrant colors, and the cutscenes, frankly, look amazing. There's a demo for this and Holstin on Steam that you guys can go ahead and download too. Like I said earlier, I'd put them in the description. But the next game I want to talk about is another Crab's Treasure, bro. I've been waiting forever for this game. A Crab Souls-like game? Come on, man. A Crab Souls-like made by the same people who made Going Under. I'm in there. Hell, I might even play the demo on the channel. Maybe. Look out for that. But damn, bro, this game looks fun. It looks cute. It's colorful. I know there's a lot of work put into this game because they've delayed it a couple times, but I'm not really tripping about delays as long as the product that comes out ends up being really worth it, So I'm glad that they took their time on this game, and I can't wait to play the full game when it releases in 2024. And finally, I want to talk about the Peach game. Now, I know there's been some stuff going on about the Peach game with how they changed her face on the cartridge or the cover art for the case, but I'm not really tripping. If they want to make it look like she kind of looks like her movie counterpart, who cares? But I know a lot of people were upset because Peach is cute, and why can't Peach just be cute and that's it? You know, or why can't cute things just have a lot of depth to them? Why do they have to look a certain way? But at the end of the day, like, you know, it's still Peach. It's still Peach. This is still her game. This is still her energy. This is still her vibe. This is still her personality. And, you know, I can understand completely why people are upset about, you know, her looking quote unquote off model. But at the end of the day, bro, it's a Peach game, and I'm in there. You're probably in there. We're in there. We're all playing that shit. So, you know, let's just be happy that Peach has her own game after so long. But that's going to be it for the honorable mentions and the video as a whole. Again, put it at the front of the video. If you do enjoy the content that I put out, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you know when I drop. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's been great. It's your boy Shinkxmi, and I'm out.
I done came up, bitch. Who the fuck are you, nigga? I done made a name, bitch. Plant the seed and then it grew.